Hello and welcome to Day 2's coverage of the New Zealand Cycle Classic. Today's stage 158 kilometres, leaving Masterton, which is just 1 hour north of our capital city, Wellington. We'll be heading to Wellington on Sunday, but first we've got to get through this stage 2. It's 2 laps of the Alfreton circuit, a tough little circuit, 2 sprints, 2 hill climbs before they make their way back into Masterton and finish up Manukau Road in the Masterton Golf Club.
Regan, great ride last night. Yellow jersey on the shoulders for the first road stage. What's the plan for today?
We got 5 guys that are all capable of learning. I'm not one of them. So although this is yellow, it's no different to what the other boys are wearing, and it's as much mine as theirs as mine. So yeah, there's a few time bonuses and stuff which we weren't too sure about. So there's definitely time for the likes of Gady and those boys to claw back seconds on us at the finish and those 2 intermediates. So yeah, we've got options and we'll see what happens.
That's good. So yeah, we've got Blacksburg racing over there looking at that yellow jersey as we're speaking. So you expect them to come gunning for it today?
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They've stopped talking as much as they did yesterday before the time trial, so the legs might do the talking today, I think. So tough finish, and obviously one that suits Gady very well. But also a number of other guys, Ben Oliver, Corbin, you know, so many guys that can get up a minute climb of that nature. So yeah, there's definitely plenty of boys out there fighting for the win today, and hopefully we'll be amongst them.
Good luck.
Cheers.
James' team rode really well last night. First road stage today. You guys won with Aaron Gate last year. Is that the plan today?
Yeah, hoping for a bit of deja vu. Obviously, really strong field here, even without the usual Australians. But yeah, we know the finish really well. Almost the same team as last year, so hoping for a repeat.
You're looking really fit right now. You must be amping for Admiral's Hill.
Yeah, I've been a bit more of a time trial focus over the summer. But yeah, I've done that quite a few times now. So yeah, hopefully by that point there's more of a definite leader in the race. But yeah, we need to rip into it, probably there.
And today you think there'll be a break go away, or do you think it'll be fairly contained?
Good thing about yesterday is there are some decent time gaps there, so there should be a breakaway, probably take at least 50-60k to go. Yeah, hopefully we can pop someone in there and make our day a bit easier, a bit more enjoyable.
Good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, it's always good hearing from the riders. As Zach Prendergast, the chief commissaire for the race, walks past, gives everything the all clear, and we roll out of the Copthorne Hotel, the Solway Park Hotel, here in Masterton, which is the base for the race. And one of the great things about the New Zealand Cycle Classic is the riders are based here for the whole time. They don't have to have transfers like a lot of races overseas. You finish the stage and you transfer many kilometres. Here at the New Zealand Cycle Classic, you're based at the hotel for the duration of the event. The riders heading through Masterton, getting ready. The flag drops. George Sandoval, the race director, drops the flag, and straight away Finn Fisher-Black from the New Zealand national teams decides, well, we'll just put the pace on, as they seem to in most races these days, go straight out of the blocks. You can see the clear blue skies, the dry conditions here in Masterton. The heat will certainly take its toll today, 158 kilometres. The riders will be allowed to take on water from the 20 kilometre to go mark. So once the race has got underway, 30 kilometres of racing feeding will start, right up to 20 kilometres to go. They can take water from their team cars, take on extra food. Ollie Jones, the man that was 4th in the World Swift or the e-bike cycling championships just a few weeks ago, was keen to get things underway, and that was regressive right at the start of the race. There's Lawrence Pithy, also on the national team. Finn Fisher-Black beside him, both riders riding for European development teams, Jumbo Visma is Finn Fisher Black and FDJ for Lawrence Pithy, and his teammate Reuben Thompson will be also joining him at FDJ. The start has been attacked just non-stop as the break will try to establish itself today. We heard from the riders that they expect to see a break go away at some stage, and a lot of people are wondering, will it stay away for the day? It doesn't usually happen in the opening stage of the New Zealand Cycle Classic. Usually the break will get brought back and it's a bunch sprint. One of the most aggressive riders in the early stages of the race, Toby Atkins from the Couplands Bakery team. They rode outstanding last night in the team's time trial. The Fusio riders also keen to get into the action. You can just see how blue the sky is. The conditions are beautiful for racing. The wind is not too tough. We really thought this morning the wind might have got up and made it really difficult out there on the road, but right now it's just perfect racing conditions. They turn off onto the circuit. It's great to see plenty of support. The cowbells being rung. So when the peloton's strung out like this, you know the pace is on, and it's the Black Spoke Pro Cycling Academy trying to establish some sort of move. 158 kilometres is plenty of time for the race to be sorted out. Once again, we see Toby Atkins, and that's James Oram having a little dig off the front. Oh no, it may not be James, it's one of the Black Spoke Cycling Academy riders for sure. The yellow jersey, Regan Goff, just tacked himself onto the back of this move. And as he said at the start of the day, he might be playing a little bit more of a team role. So the race itself is under the control of traffic management. So the riders run in what they call a rolling road closure. So from the front of the race to the back of the race, to where the final police car sits. The race is protected, so you'll see riders crossing the road. You don't have to worry. They are in a little bubble, the race bubble, and while they're in there, that road is effectively closed. Alex Ray just on their back in the Mitre 10 Mega Colours. Coupland's certainly been very aggressive in the opening kilometres with putting riders into all the moves. At least one in every move, and right here we've got two. There's Luke Mudgway just sitting on the back. So at the moment he's playing a bit of a policeman role. His team doesn't have the yellow jersey, but he's not actually working in this break. Nick Kurgazoo is about to go through. Adrian Higvari from the Trust House team. Glenn Hayden, 37 years of age, the National Club Time Trial Road Champion. Absolute monster of a man on the bike, performing with the elite riders. He was second in the individual time trial stage, going past Couplands Country. Good to see the supporters out for the team. They've got a lot of fans, big fan base down here in the Wairarapa. And that's why they put two in the break. Kilometre to the first sprint of the day. It's tight. It's the white jersey. Corbin Strong just got up there, so they bought that little break back at the last minute. And Corbin Strong taking the points and, more importantly, the time bonus that was on offer. So that went to plan for the New Zealand national team. The peloton is regrouped over the climb. So that climb wasn't one of the King of the Mountains climbs. In the feed station, the all-important Glenn Hayden taken on a water bottle from one of this Team Soignier. They will go through probably half a dozen or so bottles in today's 158 kilometre stage. Beautiful scenery around the Wairarapa, beautiful racing roads. They really are the best racing roads in the country. Rolling, reasonably good surfaces, not the fastest, not the smoothest chip, but really good roads to race on, and the hills and the climbs that go on a circuit like this play a big part. Often the wind as well. Lawrence Pithy making a big effort there just to try and get across to that break that went off the front of the peloton. Adrian Higvari, he is just edged out with Nick Kurgazoo. Here comes Luke Mudgway trying to go across, and a rider from Kiwi Velo, and as you would expect, Toby Atkins from Couplands. So riding for Kiwi Velo in that break. Alex Williams. So good to see young Alex Williams being managed. The team, the Kiwi Velo team, is being managed by former British professional road race champion and Coors Light rider and Rally Classic winner, Dave Mann. Hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up with Dave and get his thoughts on the race. Alex just tagged on the back. So this move, first KOM coming up. Luke Mudgway's jumped away. He wants to take it from Ollie Jones. So Luke Mudgway picks up the Mitre 10 Mega King of the Mountains points. And they'll hit this really fast descent. Great shot from the drone. The riders just coming down that descent. They'll regroup, re-establish themselves as the Peloton comes over the top to crest the climb. At about 3.5 minutes later was the time gap over the climb. So they have had a little bit of rain in the region. You can see the hills are looking pretty lush, but lower down in the valleys it's burnt, it's parched, but the cows enjoying the grazing. The Wairarapa is a great region for agriculture, but of course more famous for the wine, and we'll be heading to wine country, Martinborough, over the next few days. This break is starting to look quite dangerous now. 3.5 minutes out, the Peloton will be looking for one team to try and pick up the pace. Of course, the big teams are represented. Ollie Jones from the New Zealand national team, Luke Mudgway from the Black Spoke Pro Cycling Academy. Couplands have 2 riders in there. There's Ollie Jones getting some instructions from the DS of the team. Kyrgyz gives the thumbs up. It's looking pretty relaxed. Ollie Jones, Adrian Hetvari, Luke Mudgway. Back over the KOM. And a break still together. Young Alex Williams putting in a good effort. So's the rider from Wellington City, riding from the Wellington City, the Canterbury man, Cattle Gurney. He's put in a good ride as well, being in this break. Mudgway, once again, takes the points for the Mitre 10 Mega King of the Mountains competition. So he's earned himself the polka dot jersey at the end of the day. The Peloton will be starting track. There we go, as the motorbike zooms past to get a shot. It's starting to string out. When it's like that, you know the pace is on. Kyrgyz doing a big turn. Mudgway sits on the back. Adrian Hetvari just looks like he might have gone off the front there, just trying to attack the breakaway. So the Peloton, here they are. They're coming after them. So the gap now is down to just under 1 minute. And Greg Henderson's got the Vantage New Zealand team on the front, trying to pull this break back for the sprint finish. Of course, if you've missed out on the break, the teams that missed out, the big teams that missed out, New Zealand Cycling Project, presented by Mitre Q, and the Vantage team, that was the other team that missed out on this break. So it's been up to them to try and close it down. So we see Luke Mudgway just on the back. Adrian Hetvari from the United States, riding for the Trust House team, has decided it's time to go solo and head towards town. It's exactly what he's doing around the corner. So about 12 k's to go. Luke Mudgway goes, that's a dangerous move. Decides to go across to him. Now have the teams got themselves organised in the Peloton? Bailey O'Donnell goes through. There's the Peloton. Vantage on the front, but they're not looking that organised. And when you see it bunched up like this, it's not all on in the Peloton. So Luke Mudgway, he has benefited and has been able to stay away. He's dropped Adrian Hetvari as they've come up to the Masterton Golf Club, up this brutal little climb up to the finish. Luke Mudgway from the Black Spoke Pro Cycling Academy takes the stage in a brilliant win on stage 2. The battle for second, this is going to be close. Aaron Gate, Corbin Strong. Corbin Strong gets over the top and takes that. Finn Fisher Black comes home in third. Then Ben Oliver. So great performance by Luke Mudgway. Celebrates with his teammates. Talks about the day, how it happened. They'll be delighted to get the stage win. So Cal Toucher from the Trust House Foundation presenting Aaron Gate with his third place flowers. Corbin Strong in second, and the stage winner, Luke Mudgway. The most aggressive rider on today's stage was Toby Atkins. He takes home the Mobile Communication Services red jersey. For the most aggressive rider on the stage, an award his team certainly earned today, being in all the breaks. Corbin Strong retains the Fagan Motors white jersey for the under-23 leader, and he's picked up the Wiz Wireless green jersey. Luke Mudgway's in the Mitre 10 Mega Mastered and King of the Mountains, and he's also in the Trust House Tour Leaders yellow jersey. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for Stage 3 coverage of the New Zealand Cycle Classic.